Hey everybody, how you doing? Captain Art here, Cast It Forward. So we had a little bit of weather come through. The weather's starting to turn around, and it looks like within the next maybe 2 days we could be out on the water. So I'm planning on bringing you out there with me here and posting another report, another fishing how-to video here in a couple days. But in the meantime, if you're anything like me when it comes to boats, we're all very particular about our boats and how we keep them and where everything goes and how they're maintained. And I'm no different. I'm a little uptight about everything, and it's a place for everything and everything in its place. Keep the boat clean and keep the boat organized. I think it just makes you a more efficient fisherman. The one thing that always bothers me, because my Hewescraft is an aluminum boat, I've got stickers on the side here, but I didn't paint or put stickers down here. That was an option I didn't really think too much about when I purchased the boat. In hindsight, I probably would have painted and had a sticker go all the way down, and the reason for that is, you know, we trailer the boat, we don't dock the boat in the water, so we're in and out of all kinds of water, rivers, it's dirty and all that kind of stuff. And just over time, that aluminum gets oxidizes, and it gets stained with the color of the water if you're in a dirty river or a dirty lake or whatever the case may be. So that's the one thing that's always kind of bothered me a little bit. So I found a product. I don't get paid by this product. Never used it before. I did a little bit of research. It seems to work. It's an acid-based product, so it's basically cleaning by acid. It's a chemical reaction, so you got to be careful when you're using it. I'm going to have eye protection on. I'm going to have gloves on. I'm wearing some of my old clothes just in case I get a little splash on me. But I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to walk you through it, and hopefully the results are good. Actually, I'm going to start at the back of the boat underneath. I'm just going to do a real small spot. We'll see how that looks. If it looks like it's okay, then I'm going to do the boat. That's the project for today, and then we'll see what the results are, and maybe this will help you with cleaning your boat too. So anyway, put your gloves on. We're going to work today. Talk to you in a little bit. Captain Art, out. So this is definitely going to be the before picture. Just walking around the outside, you can see the water line, you can see the oxidation along the side of the boat. This is the spot that I'm first going to try right here, but you can get an idea of what I've got going here as far as how oxidized the aluminum looks. And coming around to the starboard side, it's basically more the same. I'm going to have to be a little careful working around these guides on the side, but we should be able to do it. There's a good idea of what it looks like. And then around to the back to the front of the boat. So this is our project for today. This is the before. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've opted to use a pump sprayer as opposed to a squirt bottle. Instructions say to rinse off the area, which I've done. I've got gloves on, I've got glasses on. And now it says basically just to spray the area and let it sit for about 30 seconds and then immediately rinse it off. So we're going to go up in here. Done this back wall. I can see it's cleaning, but it's kind of streaking a little bit.
sprayer's leaking at the knob, which is not a good thing. Sure, it rinse off my hands. Alright, so we're going to give this a good rinse here. I want to make sure I rinse any area off. Wires. That kind of thing. I don't want that acid hanging around. If the boat's on the trailer, make sure I rinse off the pad real well too. I should note that I'm parked on my driveway to the point where it kind of angles, drains away from the house. I've got a nice raspberry garden behind me that I don't need a bunch of acid dripping into, so it's all running away from the house, and I'm hosing the drive down just to be, like I said, just to be extra cautious. So there it is. There's the first step right there, the first little spot. You know, just to give you an idea, there's the stern of the boat where the trim tab is mounted, and there's that inside spot that I just showed you. It's quite a bit of difference. Cleaned it off pretty quickly. So I'm going to take a quick look at this and just feel the metal and make sure I'm not doing anything harmful to the boat, but if this is the result we're going to get, I'm probably going to go ahead and work my way around it. One thing I will mention is where the aluminum meets the sticker, I'm going to take painter's paint, or excuse me, painter's trim tape, and I'm going to tape it because, you know, there's going to be a little bit of overspray, so I don't know that it's going to do any damage to that sticker, but I'm going to err on the side of caution here. I'm going to err on the side of caution here through the whole way through, but yeah, it looks like it may work, so keep you posted. Okay, so I've worked my way around from that first spot. Now I did the transom, and this is strictly just me spraying it and waiting about 30-40 seconds and rinsing it off. What I'm finding is that, you know, it works, but it also will streak in spots. I'm finding I'm having to go over spots again. So what I'm going to try is I've got a sacrificial brush. I'm going to work that in. See if that helps with the streaks. You can see, as far as cleaning, I mean, it's acid, so that's what you would expect. I'm a little paranoid about working around painted surfaces and motors and transducer wires and all that kind of stuff, so I'm being really, really careful about putting it on and thoroughly rinsing it off everywhere around, even the places that aren't aluminum, just so I don't have acid on there. So it doesn't look like that scrubbing actually got that out. Let's try that. It's just another application. We'll leave that sit for a little bit, about 30-40 seconds. In the meantime, what I would also just recommend is don't have your pets outside when you do it. Today's not a
a windy day, so I'm not spraying stuff into the air, and it's got the potential to blow back at me in my face. And just all your normal precautions when you're dealing with, you know, a caustic liquid, which this is. So yeah, we got a little bit of streak in there. We may just have to live with that. I mean, I don't know if you see that unless you're right up on top of it. I think it's probably one of those things that I could live with. But you know, that's the transom of the boat, and I've probably been working for 10 minutes maybe. So I guess I'm going to work my way around here in a minute. I'm going to finish up this little backside, and then I'm going to take a minute to put my painter's tape down to protect that sticker, and then I guess we'll go along down the sides of the boat. Okay, I'll keep you posted. Okay, so got this side taped up real quick. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat up until the chine all the way down. I'm not going to worry so much about the underneath of the boat right now. The main reason is I've only got a gallon of this material. I'm not halfway through, maybe a third of the way through, but the boat's 23 feet long, including the extended transom. So I've got a lot of area to cover, so I don't want to have half a boat clean and then have to run out and get some more. They might not have it or whatever. So I'm going to shoot this side. I know I'm going to get a little bit of drip down here. We'll get both of the sides done above the rail here and see where we're at, and we'll update you, okay? All right, so here's the first little section on the port side. Just got to give it about another 10 seconds or so to work its way in, and I'll rinse it off. I'm sure we're gonna get a little streaking right here. Yeah. I'm not gonna do the anchor guard just yet. Like I said, I want to make sure I've got enough to do the major part of the boat first. Then if I have to come back at another time with another gallon of product, and I will. But, you know, when do you see the most? You see the sides of the boat the most, so that'll probably be the most noticeable, I would think. I've noticed a little bit too with the streaking. It's a little bit better if you can start from the bottom and work your way up. I haven't improved my technique enough where I don't get any streaking at all, but it does seem to be a little better. I don't know that you can get away with it. I tried to scrub it with the scrub brush, but that really didn't seem to work. So, you know, most of the spots I'd hit it once, you know, thoroughly, and then I'll rinse it off and see what I missed, and then I'll do it again. So this is basically the second one. So you can see it's got most of those streaks out there. If you look really close, you can see some streaks, but like I said, I don't know that it's ever going to be 100% infallible, but I also think that it would take me a year of Sundays to scrub this thing clean, what I'm doing basically in minutes. So there you go. You could see the before and after right there. It's
pretty amazing. I'm not even sure the aluminum looked like that when I brought the boat home. We'll see. All right, we'll keep moving along, and I'll update you here in a minute. Okay, so that's the first run through on the port side, and that was maybe 15 minutes. You can see that I've still got some streaking here. What I'm finding out is you may have to run through some rougher spots a couple, 2-3 times. And also what I'm finding works better is once you spray the product on, the initial spray, and you let it sit for 30 or 40 seconds and you rinse it off, if you have to hit it again, which you probably will, you've rinsed it off so it's a little bit wet. So when that surface is wet and you go ahead to spray a second time, you're actually kind of diluting that product, the acid, right off the rib. So what I've been doing, I've been going to a different spot, or now in this case where now I've got the whole side done, I'm just letting it sit for a few minutes, letting most of that water drain off, and then I'm going to hit it again with the product and rinse it off, and then probably call it good. So we're making progress. We're gonna, once we finish this side up, I'm gonna work my way around to the other side, tape it off and spray it, and now probably gonna call it good, because I've got about 1/3 of a jug left, and I think I'm gonna use every bit of that on the other side. So I'll probably end up buying a 2nd gallon at some point here in the near future, doing the transom and the anchor guard at the bow. But you know, we're making progress. So far so good. Hey everybody, so Captain Art here. I just finished up probably a couple hour job. I took my time. The wind's just starting to pick up now, so it's a good thing I quit, because you know, when you're spraying, you don't want that acid up in the air. A couple things I'll recommend. First is, I've seen a lot of people use hand sprayers. You can do that. Boy, oh boy, a big area like this and squeezing for 2.5 hours, that's a lot of work. So what I would recommend as part of your regular maintenance on your aluminum hull is to dedicate a garden sprayer and just use that, mark it up, you know, put some X's on it so nobody else uses it, and just use that exclusively. I will say that I've got a galvanized trailer. You know, I was very careful, but still you're going to get some wash and stuff that's going to drip down. And I see it cleaned my galvanized trailer. I don't know if it's good for a galvanized trailer, but I rinsed it off right away. But I figured that would happen anyway, so that was something that I was willing to live with. But other than that, oh, the last thing is I was thinking about too was the guide rails on the side. I left mine on. You know, it's 4 bolts on each side. Probably in hindsight, I would have just taken them off, and that would have exposed the whole side of the boat instead of me kind of having to work around it. But it wasn't that big of a deal. And the other thing I'll say is the 1 gallon covered the whole boat, but there were some areas that I had to go over 3 and 4 times. You know, you just spray it and everything starts to drip and you get some streaks. So, you know, being the meticulous person that I am, you know, I would just kind of spray it off, let that water drip off, wait, spray it again until it got to the point where I liked what I saw. So, and I think the results are pretty good. Not sure how it's going to last. The diamond plate side of the boat, everything looks like brand new. So I'll walk you around here and you can take a look. But please, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you on the water next time. Captain Art, out. I'm done. Probably a couple hours. I had enough to do my anchor guard, so I did that as well, but I didn't have enough to do the transom. But as you can see, here's the after. You know, I'll put some pictures up with before and after, but pretty significant difference. Underneath by the trim tabs. Here's the other side of the boat.
extended diamond plate, like I said. So that was 1 gallon. That, like I said, the boat's 23 feet with the extended transom. The only thing I couldn't get was the extended transom, and I did not do underneath the reverse chine here, underneath the boat here. That's maybe a project for another day, but I may not even do that just because that's in the water so much, and we'll see. And plus it's sitting on the trailer, so I'm not going to be able to get everything, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd like to hear your comments, questions and comments. Also, if you like our content, not only just here in the yard, but you know, we're always out on the lake fishing and trying to share good information. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you out on the water. Captain Art, out.